Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafty Little Dragonfly. We have another big spoiler today, but today is Devil Homura, the final powered up form of Homura that she takes in the movie Rebellion. She takes this form to capture Madoka to be able to rewrite the laws of the universe to be together with her. Her design seems to mirror Madoka's in being an extravagant gown, and seems to be based, at least in my mind, to Odile, the black swan from Swan Lake. Her dress is full of feathers and also has a dark pattern on the inside layer of it, just like Madoka's does. I think it's more of a simple, just kind of black and blue pattern in the original illustrations, but I kind of wanted to make it my own and end up making it a little bit of kind of a black hole feeling, especially relating to her powers and her desires from the movie. A lot of this piece was dealing with all of the feathers from the dress, so you'll maybe get a little tired of it, but that's okay. I got tired of it myself. Because of that, I tried to keep the rest of her a little bit more simple, relatively. Her wings are complex on their own, and I still don't really understand how they work, but they look cool, so that's the important thing. One important aspect of her design is that, well, one, her eyes change color to a actually really pretty mauvey red, and she also takes Madoka's red ribbon from her hair for herself to remind her of her. I started out with her eyes, and I wanted them to kind of give off a glowing effect, since the kind of magenta is not really used elsewhere in her design, at least normally, along with the red of the ribbon. So I really wanted to highlight them and bring attention up to the face area. As usual, I've been using different layer styles to try and give different effects, and mostly color dodge for the glowing effect around the eyes. For the ribbon, I added a white layer to remove the color and added the red shading on top so that it would be more controllable and visible, and then added an overlay layer with the deeper red on top to make it pop. When shading red, it's good to use a purple undertone for the shadows, and then a little bit more of a yellow-orangey for the highlights if you really want to make it pop and have good contrast. For her hair, I kind of just did a basic wash to start with, at least for the top of her hair, and I go back later and actually finish it. I just wanted to have something to start with. And I move on to her many, many, many feathers, which I did draw somewhat individually. I did copy paste them, but you know, take shortcuts where you can. I basically overlaid on top of the black some blue layers, some light purple layers. I added some blue to the line work as well, and just kind of blended them down the shape of the feathers, trying to give the kind of dark blue iridescent that like crow and raven feathers give. I have no idea what the white and gray bits on the top of her wings are, but I shaded those as well. So starting on her dress, I went with a kind of black hole feeling. I wanted it to be similar to Madoka's to show her power, but different, and I thought that a black hole was a good metaphor for Homura's kind of obsessive love of Madoka. I mean, she's willing to pull down a goddess in order to keep her. I overlay all the different color layers to give a very multicolored effect and go from there to try and make it all cohesive. For her dress itself, I started with doing just a little bit of black and blue like speckling on top, and then add an underlayer of the red to kind of warm up the dress color, because in the reference pictures it kind of like a little bit purple black, and I use a lighter purple and a darker kind of red black as the highlighting and the shading on the individual layers in the feathers. So hopefully it reads pretty well. This is a very time-consuming and complicated bit to try and figure out how to make it work well. I brought the same colors up to her gloves and the top of her dress and tried to give it I wanted to give it like a speckled kind of either velvet or satiny kind of look. I don't know if it reads or not. For her skin, it's the usual yellow base with a bit of a red-orange blushing type, and then a more saturated kind of purpley violet color in the shading, and then an overlay layer with the usual skin tone on top, but turned down so that it harmonizes everything. So for her shoes, I wanted them to be kind of a glossy black, and since she's based, at least to me, on Odile, I wanted to give her a ballet pose. I start working on her hair again. I bring the black and I kind of keep it a little bit more simple this time rather than going all out like in the other pieces, to since her dress is kind of the over the top part with the watercolors this time. For the background, it was a little bit more difficult because how are you supposed to do anything with this kind of with black and galaxy? But I just kind of used a black layer and I made sure it was dark over near where it was lightest on the dress, and again used different layer effects and different color adjustment layers to balance everything. I try to make the background seem like it's rising up to kind of balance the bottom heavy nature of the dress. Alright, that is going to be it this time, but this is not the end in our adventure. I'm actually wanting to do something very special with these prints, so if you come back on Friday, you'll get to see what I'm doing. But I hope you enjoyed Homura in her final form. Please let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. Bye guys.